Hi everyone, this is Terry from Allen Art and Design. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a nice morning. I've got my hazelnut coffee and my best Nana ever cup. I'm ready to work on part 2 of my winter journal. Sorry for the glare coming in the window. I really can't help that. So this is all dry. I did go ahead and I put my holes in the spine, ripped the book, and it was a mess and I was going to throw it away, but there's so many beautiful images in it, so I thought I could reuse them in my winter journal. These are the panels that are going to go into the inside cover and the back cover of my winter journal. So I'm doing a double pocket on each side, and I am going to ink these up too because they're too white as well. But I think that's going to be beautiful. I'm getting excited about this journal now. I already went ahead and I marked it. So I did go ahead and I kind of prepped some things ahead of time to make the process go a little quicker. Okay, let's see if I can get this to go. I did go ahead and I cleaned out my little art glitter glue this morning. I need to clean out the tip of this one, but for now, I'm just going to hope it works. Beautiful images, and there was a poem on the bottom. Seamstress by Loretta Bower Buckley. Dame Nature stitched with immaculate thread a coverlet for every bed. She tucked the rose soft and deep, whispering gently, "Sleep now, sleep." O'er grass she wore with fingers white a cover of down velvety light. Embroidering each tree with ermine strand, she stitched and stitched with tireless hand. Each withered stalk of flower became a silver taper with a silver flame. But I wanted to use the image on the inside of the journal, on the covers inside. I'm going to use the poems somewhere else. So what I did was I photocopied these pictures, and I'm going to cut them out, mount them onto some nice scrapbooking paper, and then I'll put the poem on the back, and that will be a nice journal card for this. I'll probably put a little bit of glue stick and some art glitter glue, because this is just paper on the bottom. It's going to be inside a pocket, so it isn't even going to matter. So I didn't want to waste the cardboard. Yeah, see, this one comes out really good now that I cleaned. I like to leave just a little bit around the edges. I'm going to get my burnish out. I'm going to burnish it. So it spreads the glue underneath, spreads it out. There we go. I went ahead and I inked it because I want it to look like tea-dyed paper. I just hold that for a minute. And the next thing will be to put these pockets on. I'm going to use this, it's a makeup brush, but I like how soft it, when you put the ink on it, it's nice and soft. I want this to look like tea-dyed paper. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna glue this envelope on first. Just gonna spread out the glue. I put plenty of glue on there. And once art glitter glue dries, it's not coming off. So I thought it would be cute to make a pocket, but then I put a little envelope in the front. So now I have 2 pockets. I'm leaving this open so that I can use it as a pocket. And then this will be a front little envelope pocket. I love that. I'm gonna have to find something that will keep it down, but I'm not worried about it right now. I love the way this looks. My craft room is a complete disaster area right now. I've got to clean it. I have been adding some organizational things to my craft room. So once I clean it, I'm gonna do another tour to show you some of these newer ways I'm storing things that are working great. I can just put a paper clip there and that'll hold that down. That's fine. Good enough. Morning Sunrise by Garnet Ann Schultz. I found the world this morning, 'neath a blanket pure and white. The snow so soft and gentle had fallen through the night. No footprints marred its loveliness, no earthly thing was there, and only wintertime supreme had made the whole world fair. I found the trees this morning, each one dressed in splendor true, with every branch all covered by the nighttime snow so new. How lovely was the hilltop in the early morning dawn, just before the world awakened as the nighttime fast was gone. I found the world this morning, and I thought it quite a thrill, as the precious little snowflakes brought a charm to yonder hill. It was pleasant at the dawning, and my heart was filled with charms, when I found the world this morning, snug and safe in winter's arms. All right, so that side's done. Now I have to do this side. I went ahead and I put a piece of fabric over the spine to cover the tape. It just makes it neater. Okay, so what I need to do is cut the paper down. I didn't measure it, and I should have because I wasted my ink on this part, but it should be fine. I think what I'll do is I'll get that ink out again. I want to ink this paper. It's too white. It's just photocopy paper, but it is way too white for me. I just think it looks more like tea-dyed paper when you do this. That should be fine. You're not going to see much of it anyways. So I'm going to go ahead again with the tacky glue. I'm getting ready to get dressed and go out to look for a dress. I'm going to a wedding on Saturday. I've been altering my daughter's gown because she's a bridesmaid.
So that could be...
No, 4 inches off the underdress and 5 inches off the outer dress, so that the outer dress will hang over the underdress. Which I got the underdress done. That's all hemmed, cut and hemmed. Tonight I'm gonna do the overdress hem. She'll be all set. I was gonna try to steam it, but the material is so fine. I may just decide to just use an iron on it because I feel like I can control the temperature on the iron better. Yeah, see, this paper's wrinkling, but it, like I said, it doesn't matter. It's going to be inside a pocket. Hello. And that will go right to the bottom of the pocket. Just want to make sure it's even on both sides. Just burnish it down. Spread out that glue. Yeah, I like the way that the ink looks, makes it look old. Okay, so now I need to go ahead and put this on. This is just a gusseted pocket. When you add the extra paper on the sides like this, it gives your pocket more room. I want to check, how did I do that? Yeah, I did it a little bit higher than that. There we go. Oh, I like the way that looks. Yes, we have a pocket on the top. And then we have our little envelope. There we go. That looks good. All right, look at that. That looks great. I'm putting 2 signatures in. I just used a little clip to hold it. And then what I do is an awl and a hammer. And I use this book. You can see all the holes in the top. It's just a book I don't use. It's perfect for doing this. And you just hammer the holes into the spine. Which I've already done, and then I marked it. I might have to mark the inside. I already marked the outside, but let's mark the inside. Oh, it looks like it is marked. Just want to make sure, because when I'm going to sew it in, I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Yep, that's good. I put together my 2 signatures yesterday. And the reason I wanted to tea dye this, because look at how old some of that paper is in there. I thought that that would look better. I'm trying to see which one I want first. I think I want that to be the front of the first one. And I've got my, I like to use these long, these are hair clips. And let's get out our awl. I think I might use that, I've never used that green one before. That looks good. This is my awl that I use. I love it. Works beautifully on when you're sewing the spines. And get one of my needles out. I use these really long needles. Got them on Amazon. They work great too. All right, so what I want to do is, we might as well go ahead and we do 1, 2, 3 lengths. And I might as well do another one for the other one. 1, 2, 3 lengths. Okay. So this is just an old calendar. It's got a beautiful winter scene on it. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure that the papers are in the place where I want them. Yep, see how they're layered like that? I love to layer my papers. And this is scrap of paper, some old music paper. Actually, no, that's from a recipe book. So I'm just going to alternate the heights. This is like a cross stitch pattern paper. I love that. Came from like a craft magazine. Then this is another cross stitch page. I might move that because I don't want to have two cross stitch pages right next to each other. Well, it looks like I might have to. I'll put that one there. And this one I thought was really nice. It came from like an old book, but I love the old images. They're like folk art. Very cool. All right, so I like the way that that's arranged. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my clips on. I usually do that side and then I come over and I'll clip this side and then I'll go to this side. I want to make sure that that's tight, which it is. Now I put that in there. And now I need a marker. And what I'll do is just put a dot. I'll keep that for the next one. So then you just put your holes in. I put it where the dot is, and then I fold the paper and push it all the way through. I'll do that with each one. Make sure you go through. This is tapered, so if you only go about an inch, the hole isn't going to be big enough, so you really have to go all the way down. Hold it, push it through. All right, so let me get my... Now let's see, this is going to be the front. So I'm going to do this one first then, on the left side. So I want my string, if you want your strings to hang inside, you start on the inside. If you want your strings to hang on the outside of your book, you start on the outside. But I want mine to hang on the inside, so I'm going to go through the middle, find my middle hole. Let me see how much I need to leave some. And then we're going to go through the top hole. I can find it. There it is. Okay. And then go through the top hole of the paper. Pull it out. And now you want to go all the way down to the bottom. Go through. And then find your bottom hole. Yep. Pull it through. And now you want to go back through the middle. When you go through the middle, you do not want to pierce the thread. If you pierce the thread, you're going to have a really hard time, or you might not even be able to tighten it. So let's go through and make sure. Yep, see, I'm not going through the thread, which is great. All right. But I want to go through the hole, so. Okay, it's coming through. Pull it out. Now, if you want the string to be longer, pull up on this one and then pull on that one. Okay. Now you want your thread on either side of this middle thread, like we have right here, one on each side. So I pull it this way and then I pull it that way. But then I also hold the threads, I flip it over and I look at it and it's like, are they? Yes, they look great. They're in line. Not perfect, but they're fine. And then again, I pull it this way and then I pull it that way. And now I make a knot this way and then I make a knot this way. That gives you a square knot in the middle that will not come out because this is waxed thread and it's very strong. All right, so we have our first signature in. So the first, now look at how beautifully flat this book lays. It's because I used the medical tape. It makes a very flexible spine. If you try to use like Tyvek and duct tape and some of these really thick, heavy duty things, your spine is going to be very, very tight. See how loose this is? And then it lays flat. Music paper. So you just want to train the paper to lay down. That's all. There's another piece of that paper. There we go. And then this is the middle. So then you have to keep training your paper on both sides. I tried to put less pages in here because I have a tendency to put too many pages in my journals and then it gets too fat too quick. This should be fine. So now we have our other one. You want to look at it. You want to make sure your papers are where you want them. This one has a pretty poem about February in there. I might put that in the middle. Scrapbooking paper. I might move this up. You see the music paper. That's just from a kid's music book. I might move that one up. This is more of that paper from that craft magazine. This one I think will go up here. This one can go down here. This one can go down. That one can go up. I love how the papers are layered like that. We did find a big piece of paper here. I wanted to have something other than that for the center. That's very delicate paper, and it needs something a little bit more substantial. Oh, that's pretty though. Okay, so it looks like we're good with this one. Oh, one more. I'll take a sip of my coffee. I do need my template, my marker. Okay. One more. There we go. So we'll just go ahead and we'll put this one in too, and our book will be together. The next thing we're going to do in part 3 we'll be adding pockets. Now let's check to make sure we're going through the right hole. We are. I'm going to be putting pockets all throughout the book. And then part 4, which is the last part, will be making journal cards and decorating, which is always the fun part, right? We want to go to the top, go through that hole. So you go through top hole on the outside cover, and then you go through the top hole on the inside cover. Make sure you're going through the right place. There we go. Pull it through. Make sure you pull out that extra piece. Now see, I got to pull some of that so that I have some dangling. Now we want to go all the way down now to the 3rd hole. And go out. There's the 3rd hole. And don't pierce that thread. Good, I didn't pierce the thread, and now I want to go through that middle hole again without piercing the thread again. Make sure it's coming through the middle, which it is. Okay. Pull it through. Anything, I like to try to even these up a little bit. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we need to tighten those. Now we hold it, flip it over, check it. Yep, see how these are nice and tight now? They're even, they look good, see? All right, so then I go ahead and I tighten it again. This way and that way. You don't want to pull it so tight that you end up ripping your paper. But you do want it snug, so you do 1 knot that way and 1 knot this way, which gives you, like I said, a square knot. And if this is too long, you can always trim it up a little bit. Take off your clips. Now you want to train your paper to lay flat. Look at how this book lays flat. That's amazing. I just love that. It's so much easier to work in when you have a book that lays flat like that. So you want to train your paper. Because we have layered papers, like they're layered. I love how it's layered like that. This piece, you can add something to it. It's just an extra little piece. Beautiful. You see how we layered the paper like that? Just train it to lay flat. There we go. And I love how these old pages go good with this inked pages now. That looks really good. I love it. This book has come together very quickly. You know, after you do journals, after a while, you just have like a system, and as long as you stick with your system, it works. Now, this paper is sticking out a little bit more than I would like on the top and the bottom. I will take a razor knife and a metal ruler, and I will trim that up before I start putting pockets in, which is our next part. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this little series on my winter journal. This, so you know, it's going to have a topper on it, so you're not even going to see most of this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I usually do, you know, sometimes I use a frame. A lot of times I use corrugated cardboard, and then I layer ephemera on it, and it looks really cool. This one's nice because it's a hardcover, and it will be able to stand up, like if you put it in a bookcase or whatever. So please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I would appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. I'd really love to hear what you think of my projects. If you enjoy the content on my channel, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Happy crafting.